Panzer's Picks is a lighthearted show focused on sports commentary and entertainment. At Cathedral, we do not promote or endorse any form of gambling. Our goal is to foster a fun and engaging conversation around sports while spreading joy and building community. Please enjoy the show responsibly. It is for entertainment purposes only.
Everybody knows
one take.
Welcome, sports fans, coffee enthusiasts, and those just looking to kill time on YouTube to the 8th edition, a.k.a. the OCHO edition of Panzer's Picks.
Shout out to the OCHO.
ESPN the OCHO, we're coming for you. Coming to you from the heart of Johnny Mac's Coffeehouse here at Cathedral High School. I'm your host, Coach Freytag, alongside the star of our show, Coach Panzer, who's always ready to break down 4 of this week's top games, a lot more than 4 this week. But random starting question, we got Thanksgiving week. What is your favorite Thanksgiving dish other than all of the above?
So much great stuff to choose from. I will say, though, pretty consistent. I'm a big mashed potato person. I love mashed potatoes.
Mashed potato.
Love mashed potatoes.
I'm cornbread casserole. Cornbread casserole. I could do a whole plate of that. Before we jump into this week's games, let's review and talk about last week's Panzer parlays. Whew, Panzer, the one good thing about this is Panzer is always a winner, never lost.
Never lost.
We like those odds. 50% of the time last week, he was a winner all the time. He never has had a losing streak. It's like you flip a coin, 50-50 winner. Panzer's like flipping a coin. You got a shot at winning at all times with Panzer. Let's just break down last week's performances, starting with the Indiana game, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame dominated the United States Military Academy. A great win on Saturday night. That was fun. The Big Ten game broke my heart. I should have known better than to go with Coach Bailey's alma mater, Rutgers.
You should have went with
Even though Rutgers has the lead with 13 seconds left and managed to blow it, you should never go against Coach Brownlow, Hall of Famer. The Indiana game, or the big game, unfortunately, Indiana so much, sometimes the clock strikes midnight and Ohio State beats you up at the Horseshoe. And then random game, a snow game. Thought the Steelers were going to come through, and they lost.
Jameis Winston.
And they blew it in the fourth quarter.
Jameis Winston. Again, just a reminder, the Panzer parlay is always a winner. LeVar Ball, never lost.
Never lost.
We like those odds. All right, let's jump into the week OCHO, a.k.a. week 8. We've got some big games. I'm super juiced up. Indiana game, Old Oaken Bucket game. Obviously, the Purdue is winning. You know the odds. You've probably got the stats. They've won like 98% of the games. Who's going to win this week? Purdue at number 5 IU. All the boys are going to be back together. It's going to be live action tailgate. 29-point favorites for the IU Hoosiers.
Purdue at IU. I want to flip the script here for a second. What was your record in the Old Oaken Bucket game when you were
4-1?
4-1. So Coach Freytag went 4-1 versus the Hoosiers. Purdue dominates this rivalry traditionally. IU is going to cruise to a victory over Purdue this Saturday. The possible playoff on the line. I'm pretty sure that Coach Cignetti is going to do to Coach Walters what Coach Day did to Coach Cignetti. He's going to run up the score and look for the Hoosiers to bludgeon the Boilermakers on Saturday.
We shall see. I don't think they'll cover. Big Ten game, we got Notre Dame at USC. Just so everybody knows, USC is a Big Ten team now.
Yeah, this is Notre Dame's biggest rival, 95th meeting, first met in 1926. They're playing for the Jules Shillelagh. Notre Dame has won 5 of the last 6 versus USC. Lots at stake for Notre Dame. USC has nothing to play for. They've already made their bowl game just to spoil Notre Dame's season. USC, all of their losses this year by 1 score or less. They're not as bad as their record indicates. They've lost to Michigan, Minnesota, Maryland, Washington, and Penn State. 4 road losses. Only 1 loss at home. Going to be a battle. The Irish will win in a very tight game.
Panzer's prediction.
Never lost, and that's a heart bet for me. Can't stand the Trojans.
Big game of the week. We got number 3, Texas Longhorns at Texas A&M.
Winner of this game goes to the SEC Championship game. Texas' only loss came at the hands of Georgia, predicted on Panzer's Picks. Texas A&M opened their season at Kyle Field with a loss to Notre Dame. They will close their season with a loss at Kyle Field to the Texas Longhorns.
There we go. Panzer's prediction, Texas Longhorns. Panzer parlay for ESPN week the OCHO. We've got IU, Notre Dame, and Texas. Panzer Parlay comes out to plus 115 this week. Again, Panzer Parlay never lost 50% of the time. Last week, he was a winner every single time. All right, this week, we're going to do something completely new. It's going to be called Panzer's Quick Pick Edition, random games. You got to pick one winner for each game and one line reason why. We're going to go through all the state championships for high school football, starting with Class 1A, North Judson, St. Pierre versus Providence.
North Judson, stronger team.
Class 2A, Adams Central versus Lincoln Stockton.
Adams Central, tradition.
Class 3A, Fort Wayne Bishop Lures versus Heritage Hills.
Lures, Southwest Allen County, Catholics.
Class 4A, East Noble versus New Pal.
Oh. Heart, head over heart, New Pal Dragons win. I want Noble, but the Dragons win.
Is that one sentence? Class 5A state championship. Warsaw versus Hawkwood, Decatur Central.
Cinderella doesn't win. Decatur Central wins.
Good for them. Class 6A, we got Westfield versus Brownsburg.
Westfield, shout out Coach Comer. Good friend of mine.
All right, that's a wrap for this week's episode of Panzer's Picks. A huge thank you to our sponsors, Johnny Mac's Coffeehouse, for letting us film our show, and our camera crew. Follow her on Instagram, Katia Photos 1958. Also thanks to Coach O'Hara's Pick'em League for being our biggest following on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Johnny Mac Coffee. We'll see you next week for Panzer's Pick.
Happy Thanksgiving.